Today, I will be talking about Doris Salcedo. First, I would like to give some background on Doris Salcedo. She is a Colombian artist famous for large-scale sculptures that give form to pain and loss and physically embody the lives of disempowered people or victims of injustice. This was influenced by her own experiences of growing up in politically turbulent Colombia. In the midst of political conflict, several members of her own family disappeared, causing her to deal with loss from a young age. She was then able to portray her emotions through art as she matured. Now, Doris personally believes that having seen so much conflict throughout her life causes her to evaluate the perspective of the defeated person and to be sympathetic to the troubles of others. Her personal characteristics heavily influence arguably what is her most famous work, Shibboleth. Shibboleth is a concrete installation featured at Tate Modern, Britain's National Gallery of International Modern Art. Installation of this piece began in 2007 and finished in 2008. At first glance, this piece seems difficult to analyze due to that it appears to be a simple crack in the floor. However, this piece is a prime example of conceptual art. This is when the ideas behind the art are more important than the finished tangible piece. A shibboleth is commonly defined as a belief distinguishing people who belong from those who are regarded as no longer important. When describing the shibboleth, Salcedo says that it quote-unquote represents borders, the experience of immigrants, the experience of segregation, the experience of racial hatred. It is the experience of a third world person coming into the heart of Europe. This piece shows the culture of immigrants making cracks or disruptions in the European culture and society. This piece makes aware the acts of racial hatred and discrimination against people fighting to make a better life for themselves. The site of the artwork and the organization that commissioned this piece, Tate Modern, is perfectly fitting for this type of art due to it is their goal to promote public understanding of British modern art and culture. They do so by presenting a range of different views and perspectives to be reflective of the diversity of Britain and the world. This vision allows Salcedo to create a piece that is provocative due to immigration being a prominent issue in Europe currently. This piece functions as a statement of activism for tolerance and provides a definition to the culture of Britain. Now, more formally speaking, Shibboleth is an extremely large-scale work. This is done so that the viewer may experience the art. They can walk along the rupture and observe the depths of the cracks through several different perspectives, much as they must look at political issues through several different perspectives. This piece is also extremely abstracted. The work slightly slopes downward from where the viewer would enter to see this art. This could be interpreted as people looking down upon immigration and racial indifference. The large concrete slab is intersected by a large fragmented line 548 feet in length, going down the middle. The artist uses jagged straight lines to add severity. Salcedo uses texture to create visual contrast in this piece from the outside of the crack versus within. The surface of the concrete is settled and smooth, which contrasts to the rough, jagged texture of the wall inside embedded with wire mesh. The artist also took light into consideration and that the light shines on top of the flat surface, yet the crack is engulfed in shadow. The emphasis on the negative space of the rupture is also mirrored through several other pieces of art, such as Fontana's spatial concept of expectations. Fontana uses a laceration in a canvas to turn a two-dimensional canvas into a three-dimensional space. He had disrupted the canvas's sacred surface and revealed a new space underneath. Shibboleth does this in a similar way in that it creates depth in space through a rupture in an otherwise two-dimensional object, and as it reveals new space, it also reveals societal truth.